All right, I hope all you can see me and hear me. If you can see me and hear me, give me a thumbs up. Thumbs up. All right. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. All right. Cool. Okay, let's start. Okay. All right. This morning we will have a very interesting topic. Okay. Let me see if I can elevate my computer a little bit so that you guys can see me better. Yes. Okay. Hold on. Yeah. It's better. Yeah. Better. All right. Cool. Okay, guys. This morning we have a very interesting topic, which is basically ordering from a restaurant. Okay. Now, I know you guys will probably have a lot of questions because in Malaysia we are in a multiracial, multicultural environment. So it's not just applies to just all the upscale or mother shops or restaurants, right? It also applies to your coffee shops and your Chinese takeaways, your Chinese restaurants, your Indian restaurants, your whatever have you, multiples of cuisines. All right. So this morning the topic is very interesting. All right. So how is everybody feeling? I hope everybody is feeling great and want to learn more this morning. All right. So may I know if all of you are in the chat, right? Can you just type for me if you are in the program or have done the program, like the 10 days program? Type 1. All right. Any one of you have done the program, 10 days program or BTC or the Fit Mom program or whatever. Type 1. Can I see? Okay. All right. Cool. Okay. All right. Very good. Very good. So anyone who has not done any programs before, haven't got any meal plans from your coach, type 2. Got or not? None, huh? All right, cool. Okay. All right. So let's start. Okay, so I know who you are and what you are looking for. Okay, so tell me, please feel free to type in the chat and ask me any questions you might have. All right, cool. So let's start. All right, Irene, I'm going to start, yeah? Okay, can you guys see my screen? All right, cool. Okay, good. So we're going to start. So this is me. My name is Eugene. I'm a certified personal trainer. I'm also a full-time corporate person. All right. So what I do is I do a lot of IT stuff. All right. And I'm I've been in IT industry for more than 20 over years. All right. So and I'm 48 this year. And I'm going to be 48 in the next month. Okay. And I am father of two children, 2 daughters, 11 and 12. And I've been exposed to this in a wellness expert and Herbalife and all this, healthy and balanced lifestyle for at least 3 years. I started in 2016. Okay, so just to let you guys know how I used to be, where I used to be. I used to be in this company that does a lot of this in F&B. It's an F&B area, and I do a lot of technology for F&B, right? Like point of sales, self-ordering systems, kiosks, and stuff like that. So this was me in 2012, 2016. This is a listed company, right? So I was the chief operating officer of this company, right? And because of this lifestyle, I also, as you know, a high flyer, a lot of things I have to do. Which, for example, I have to entertain, yeah. So imagine whenever you are entertaining your clients and wherever you go and do a lot of drinking. And I was a smoker at that time. All right, I've been smoking for 20 over years. Yeah. And one day I actually collapsed at work. Collapsed as in really fainted at work. Then I started realizing, oh no, what's going to happen to me if anything happens to me? What's going to happen to my family? What's happening to my daughters, my wife? Right? So I decided I need to change. That's where, in end of 2016, I met my coach, my friend, who was my ex-colleague in telco times. Before this company, I was in telco as well. So ICT has been my whole life, right? So I met my coach. My coach is Jason Tan, right? And Jason, as you know, have migrated to Perth. But we have been colleagues for almost 12 years. Yeah. And we used to ride to office together in Cyberjaya. All right. So since then, what happened to me? Yeah. So this is what happened to me. Okay. I have actually, you see the picture here. All right. I used to be 90 over kilos. I can't even, imagine what kind of, this is actually not at my worst. Yeah. I was actually worse than this. It's almost touching 100. Okay. And then I lost about more than 20 kilos, actually 18 to be exact, but I lost more and then I gained back in terms of muscle mass. So this is my BTC photo shoot, all right? And this is my wife, Cynthia. Cynthia is also now a full-time instructor and a full-time coach, all right? And she is with me in our club in BU Fit in Tropicana Avenue, all right, in PJ. So if you guys are free, please drop by, all right? We have workouts on Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday, 7 p.m., right? So we love this concept, this community so much that we decided to open our own club, right? And BU Fit is called, all right? And then these are our travel pictures. We go to Japan. We like to travel. We go to Korea. Korea is actually sponsored by Herbalife for achieving certain what I call goals. Yeah. Okay. So this is my new lifestyle now. I'm actually enjoying this with my wife together. We're doing this business to help people. All right. And this lifestyle is actually one of the ways that we reach out to people, right, in the community around us to help people. In fact, we are borderless. I actually help people, not just in Malaysia. I help people in Singapore, in Australia, in US, in Sweden, in Switzerland lately, and even England, it's borderless, right? So I love it a lot. And I still have this, after 3 years, my weight has always been like this, right? Although this past 3 months, to be honest, a little bit of splurging, staying at home, nothing to do, so you eat a lot, all right? So have enough about me. Let's go to our topic today, okay? All right, cool. So when you guys, please when you guys have any questions at all about your specific situations, please do put it onto the chat so that I can help answer you and maybe help tell you what I would do in those situations. All right, cool. So as we go out to a restaurant, how many times do we eat out? All right, so any guys maybe can actually let me know, all right? Out of a week, right? A week, how many times do you eat out? Anyone? Type it in the chat. 4 times, 5 times, 6 times, 7 times. Eat out or what I call order in. Yeah, how many times do you order from a restaurant? 3 to 4 times a week? Yeah, okay. Only during MCO. Wow, so cook at home. Okay, very good, very good. What about after MCO now? 4 times a week, okay. All right, cool. So maybe it's about 4 times a week, 4, 5 times maybe, that you probably eat out of the 1 week's meal. 1 week you have 21 meals minimum, right? Because the breakfast, lunch, dinner, right? Not including your snacks. So you probably would eat out quite a bit, yeah? So for me, it's like at least 5, 6 times easily, right? And not to mention that sometimes the tapao, right? You take, so a lot of times that you will be exposed to a situation where you have to order from a restaurant. In this case nowadays, you don't eat in, right? So I would like you guys to know, right? What goes into the thinking ahead when you're actually going to a restaurant. Very simple. Is that okay? Before you order anything, I'm sure you are looking at the, at the menu. Oops, hang on, let me go back. Yeah. Okay, I'm sure you're looking at the menu before you order anything. Am I right? So even like sometimes when you are walking in a shopping center, you will be what I call looking at the menu before you go in, unless you know that restaurant very well, right? You will look at the menu outside the restaurant before you go in, all right? Unless it's specifically to a coffee shop situation where you don't know what they have there, or maybe it's a new coffee shop. You go in and normally you have the char kway teow, the zap fan, all those things there, right? Or the Indian restaurant where you know that specifically what you're going for, all right? So before you actually go into the restaurant, right, you should be able to know what kind of restaurant that you're going to already, right? So I don't need to tell you or ask you to whatever to choose only when you're there. All right. So you have to be clear. You are not asking something out of the menu. Right? If you go to an Indian restaurant, you will not be asking them to cook Chinese food for you. It's not possible. All right. So you cannot hack their signature restaurant, their signature dish. For example, if you go to char kway teow store, you know you're going to get char kway teow or maybe chow noodles. All right. You're not going to get something else, wonton mee or something like that. So it's not possible. All right. So, but I'm sure that some of the things that they can hack a little bit for you, for example, the dressing of the rest of the salad, or for example, the what I call the sides or something like that, which we will learn later. So you need to sharpen your skills when you're ordering from a menu. And especially now when you order from online, right? Okay. The problem with our menus in Malaysia is that it doesn't tell you enough information on how is it cooked or what is it all about until you see the dish in front of you. And sometimes when you pick on the menu doesn't seem to translate into plate as well. Okay, in countries like Japan, that doesn't happen. You know, what you see on the menu is what exactly it is on your plate. Okay, not in Malaysia, it's a bit funny. It's not the same. Okay, so you need to be reasonable what you're asking for. All right, it shouldn't be a struggle every time you want to go to a restaurant or order takeout. Okay, all right, let's go to the next one. Okay, so does it mean that when you're out to a restaurant, does it mean that you throw out what I call your regime? All right, does it mean you throw out your meal plan? Okay, especially when you're on the 10 days. That's why I asked you guys, you know, whether you're on the 10 days or not, right? So if you are on the 10 days, okay, it doesn't mean that you don't eat, you know. It doesn't mean that you have to put in so much effort that you don't eat, right? It is not the case, right? In any case, you still have to what I call practice what your coach is telling you about, which is your Mickey Mouse meal. Okay, and why not? You know, just compose as much as possible, as close as possible to your what I call your model meal. Okay, and you know that your lunchtime, for example, is half the plate, if possible, filled with vegetables or fruits, 25% with protein, and 25% with your carbs. All right, with your rice or whatever. All right, so that is your model meal for lunch. And then for dinner, you have the half, 50-50, all right? 50% protein, 50% your veggies, all right? So this thing shouldn't stray away from where you are, you know, going, right? So compose your own meal as close as possible to what you are supposed to be taking, okay? So bear that in mind, you still have to eat anyway. Even whether you're busy or whatever, you still have to eat. And why not you eat healthier? Why not you eat that as a fuel to propel you to your next task, to your next meeting, to your next appointment? All right, so take that in mind. Okay, second tip. Okay, look at how the item is prepared. Okay, so if you have wrote down the menu, right, you will see things like crispy, braided, crust, golden brown, you know, this normally usually means it's fried. And when it's fried, you know the calories go up the charts, okay? All right, so so look for things like baked, broiled, grilled, all right? In some Chinese restaurants, you have steamed, right? Steamed fish, all right? And certain restaurants, you have to look for certain things, right? Which you can ask certain things later on in your FAQ later, in questions later on. But generally in Malaysia, you get exposed to Chinese restaurants, Indian restaurants, Malay restaurants, right? And also maybe Japanese, Korean, and those sort of things, right? So which is the usual choice of Italian restaurants, right? So these are normally the common restaurants that you go into, and then you will see the different types of menu, especially those which like, for example, let me give you an example. Japanese restaurant, right? When you go to Japanese restaurant, generally it's quite okay. You know, it's quite okay, except for the, you know, the deep fried what I call tempuras, right? It's deep fried. Okay, but other than that, the fish, the sushi, the sashimi, all those is very, very okay. It's fish, right? But at the same time, you notice that in Japanese restaurant, it's also lack of vegetables, especially green vegetables, right? So what you can do is order like the tauge that they actually do on the teppanyaki, all right? Those are things to compensate for the lack of vegetable, for example, all right? So these are the things that you can do. Look for this type of things, Okay, even in your Korean barbecue, you can actually look for this sort of things rather than go for pork and beef and whatever all the time. Okay, all right, cool. How about stewed? Well, depends what it is stewed, right? What is it stewed with, right? And what is put inside the stew. Ask for more description. You can ask the waiter about, or the person who is cooking the meal of what is in the stew, what is the contents. That's like how you will, when you're taking any drinks or any food, right? Any snacks, you will look at the content label. So why not ask what is in there? What do you cook it with? Whatever. Okay. So be mindful of what you are cooked, how it's prepared. Okay. All right. Second. Okay. Look at what is served with. Okay. Are there any sauces? Are there any gravies? Any wine sauce? Or is it tomato sauce or whatever? Right. And what is in there? You know. So in your 10 days program, we generally tell you guys also that to look out for the sauce. Why? Because the sauce is the normal place where everything goes in, you know, where it's slippery, you know, it's very easy. Like for example, in Malaysia, we have this habit of putting banjir. When you order your roti canai, you have to, wow, banjir with the curry sauce. first thing, the roti is already very carby, very cupful, and then more than banjir lagi. So it's like, even though it's like, even if it's dal, all right, whatever, it's still very runny and then very slippery in terms of quick cups. And quick cuts, everyone knows that if you don't use them, all right, if you don't use them for workout, what will happen? It will be stored as energy in terms of fat. All right, cool. Okay, so got some questions here. Thanks. All right, cool, Ashley. All right, cool. And next one. Okay, what about side dishes? Side dishes, what does it come with? Okay, now I'm not sure about you guys, but when you, for example, if you go for a Korean restaurant, right, the first thing first comes is the side dishes. You have all the kimchi la, the you know, this fried thing, that thing. So a lot of this, right? One of my favorite restaurants is Aure, right? And you see a lot, they serve you all these side dishes before that. Before you even get your main meal, already like, you know, quarter or half full already, you know. So be mindful what you're eating there. So take mindfully, right? You can start off like with you can skip all the starch, all the carbs, right? And double up on the vegetables, all right? And you know, if everything, you notice the restaurants are offering more everything a la carte, we makes it easier to order, but at the same time, right, sometimes they come in a set. And if you are ordering for a family or for a group of people, it's kind of hard sometimes to order individually. So if everybody want to share, then no choice lah. But sometimes then you can either pick yourself some entrees or some things, vegetable side dishes that is suitable for you. Okay, nobody's going to force you to eat. Okay, so take note of the side dishes. Okay, all right. Secondly, or some more is large portions. How large are they? Okay, you can always ask in terms of the plate size. Okay, you can look around to the side tables also. Okay, for takeaway is a bit harder to gauge lah. But generally, you have a plate, right? And look at the size of the plate and how filling is it? How much is it? Okay, and a lot of times when for example, when you go to let's say you tapao from a fun store, okay, what's the first thing that they do? Rice, right? They pile up one block of rice for you. Now, I'm not saying you can share, but I'm saying that you can actually ask them to cut half if you don't take that much rice anyway. Okay, so save the person some rice, at the same time you also don't pay that much for the rice. Okay, portion yourself accordingly. All right, and if you're not sure how much you're asking, the plate is being served, ask your waiter, ask the person who's cooking, or ask the restaurant person. They will tell you. Okay, right? And then ask if the person are with you. Like normally, me and my wife Cynthia, we will split something, share something, right? If it's too big. For example, if I go to a Thai restaurant, I have this steamed fish that's so big, right? I cannot eat by myself, all right? So I will have to share with someone. And normally I go there only for the fish. I'll share with someone. Okay, all right? So look at the starter, right? See, that's where generally you have something that will help you, you know, fill up, right? And make sure that these are able to fill you up. Okay, right? Next one. And ask nicely, be reasonable lah. Don't ask the chef to actually specifically cook something special unless you are vegetarian. Okay. Vegetarian, maybe sometimes you can actually, when you're attending a dinner, or nowadays a bit hard lah, let's say wedding dinner or whatever, you know, they normally prepare vegetarian versions of it for you. All right. So that's okay. But in the normal circumstances, you don't you don't get to ask him to create something else for you. You think what, you know, unless you own the restaurant, all right. But basically, you don't want to completely revamp the menu, but ask reasonably. Like for example, the sauce, right? You can ask it to be put on the side. Okay, you can ask for instead of potato, you can ask for something else, more vegetables or different dressing or what. People understand this. People understand this. Okay, all right. So now I'm going to give you smart ordering tips. Okay, all right. First one. Okay, spoil your dinner. How? Like for example, when you are in a restaurant, right, and you look at the menu, you know, you by the time you actually order, and then by the time the food arrives to you, you will be so hungry. You're so hungry that you just fall out. You know? And I've actually had this health talk before that you don't, what they call, become too over hungry, famished before you eat, because you tend to eat more. And then the problem with that is that you eat more, and then you don't realize when you're full, because our body, our stomach, and our mind take note. It takes about 15 to 20 minutes to process that you're full. So eat slower. And in order to eat slower, you don't need to be so super hungry. Just hungry enough that you can eat. And then you don't eat until you're bloated, right? You eat until you are satisfied. It's called satiety level. Okay. Right. So again, coming back to this, right? So you don't need to start off. There's a lot of times where they start you off with a lot of these things that you tend to, like alas porot, to give you something, a layer to eat before you actually have your mains or whatever. So have a piece of fruit, yeah, or some handful nuts to bring together with you before, or maybe a protein bar. Half a protein bar, right, to help you tide you over until the meal arrives. Okay, and then what I call don't take all the chips and all those things, right? And I know it's very hard sometimes, but maybe even if you have to take, maybe take one or two lah. Yeah, don't be a spot. But you will save a lot of calories from the bread and butter, or especially when you're taking Western restaurants. You can save a lot of calories from just that alone. Okay. Secondly, all right. Second tip. Water is fine. Normally I bring my own water to the restaurant, you know, and sometimes the restaurant doesn't even serve what I call water, you know, and it costs maybe a mineral water or whatever. Fine, order the mineral water, or you can ask for a glass of water with some lime in it or lemon in it, or you can bring your own water, which is what I do. All right, and first thing first, also you actually save a lot of money from drinks. Okay, and maybe so that sometimes I don't know whether there's any restaurants nowadays that do free refills. There are still restaurants that do free refills. And for example, Nando's, right? Nando's, you have free refills for your that is a recipe for disaster. Just keep working. Okay, so preferably don't do that. Get water. They serve water in Nando's. All right, or get plain tea with very or kurang manis or really kurang manis or no sugar, right? And that will save you a lot of calories. Okay, all right. So take note, like for a glass of wine or soda or whatever refill, that's 100 to 400 calories already. Okay, all right. Dipping. Okay, so what does it mean? Meaning that, for example, when you are in what I call taking your salad, for example, right? You rather than have on you the sauce on top of your salad, right? Have it on the side. Have the sauce on the side. You know, like for example, when you are having, let's say, even if you worst case want to have some roti canai, for example, whatever, although it's not recommended, right? Dip, right? Use the fork, dip, rather than you pour it over your food, okay, your meal. Okay, so take out and dunk a little bit, then take. Okay, so that's how you take far less dressing than you would have Okay. All right. So this is how much you will save in terms of calories. Okay. All right. So one more thing. I think this one, for example, Wei Hong is there, right? Wei Hong, this is one thing you're very good at. Fish. Okay, fish. Order fish. Why not? Okay. FYI, guys, before the 10 days, before I'm doing 10 days, I never eat fish. I never eat vegetable. Okay, but a lot has changed since then. Now I'm actually a very fish fan. Okay, number one, because I don't really like the bony part. Okay, I'm just that kind of person. I don't like the bone part. So I'm a bit spoiled lah. That Cynthia also have to cut out the bone part for me because I really very bad at this. That's why I don't eat fish, right? But nowadays I do. Nowadays I go for fish and I learn how to eat fish. Okay, and fish is very good. The only thing that you need to work out is the mercury level of each fish. Okay, which is basically one of the health talks I've done before. Okay, and as long as it's grilled, broiled, or even steamed, steam is very good. And this is Chinese restaurant that's very good. Really steamed fish, but at the same time, make sure that they don't put so much salt, so sodium in it. Use as little as possible. Okay, from here alone, right, you will get save like maybe out of 200 calories already. Okay, all right, go fish or chicken. Okay, all right. And the next thing is, if you're in a group setting, right, try to order first. Try to order first so that you can actually plan. You plan ahead already when you're going to the restaurant. You know where you're going. When you go for a tapao, also you know what you're ordering, unless your colleague is tapaoing for you or is packing for you, right? In that sense, you don't have a choice. But in normal circumstances, you should know already, right? By time before lunch, right, maybe 15 minutes before going to lunch, you already know where you're going to possibly go for lunch, and your environment in your office, or your customer's office, or you're going to school or college, right? You know what kind of food you're going to get, right? Prepare beforehand, right? Because this is your food and it's important to you, right? Don't just whack because of whacking. Don't just eat because of eating. Eat for the nutritional value and for what you're paying for. Okay, so let's say for example, you know that you're going to a coffee shop for lunch with your colleagues or whatever, right? And what is there in a coffee shop? Okay, a few things tips for you that you can order from the coffee shop. Number one, look out for the zapfan. Okay, zapfan, and order like the rice, the veggies, the with the less sauce and everything. That's one thing you can look out for. Okay, second thing, some restaurants, coffee shops, you have this popiah and stuff like that. Look for the popiah, right? Look for stuff like that. Okay, look for places where you can actually order something that is not so greasy. All right, sometimes you don't have a choice. All right, look for things that is not greasy. Right, soupy is okay, but soupy look out for the sodium, for the salt level. Okay, and for a restaurant setting, when you time to look for a dessert that time, you can actually maybe hold the dessert. Okay, order something like coffee, for example. Okay, so you will have something planned before that, before you go, and stay as close as possible to that plan. But occasionally, if you want to indulge a little bit, a small piece of cake or whatever, okay lah, cause fun, okay lah. But you move on and generally keep on that path. Come back to the path. Okay, right, everyone. I hope this is useful. Yeah. Okay, and like I said before, it's some portionings may be too big, right? And you tend to eat more. When it's on your plate, right? And especially outside, I have actually done this before. Right? I wanted to serve something instead of using the plate. I actually use the bowl. Chinese restaurant, I use the bowl and I eat with chopstick. Right? Not the Chinaman that I am, but basically why is because then I can pick the food. And I know how much I'm eating. Okay, rather than a plate, then everything, so you tend to pile up and you don't know. Okay, so so if you cannot finish it, don't just order for the sake of, don't just eat also for the sake of eating it, right? Like our traditional upbringing is that we must finish everything on the plate. Okay, you can split it with your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your wife, your husband, or your family. All right, so you can save a lot of calories just by doing this alone. Okay, all right. Okay, so the last tip I have for you is something called a burpee menu. Okay, I think this is very helpful. All right, for those who wants, you may actually take a picture of this. This is very helpful. Okay, for those who go to Fit Club, you know what a burpee is. This movement on the left here. Okay, so if you know how sometimes have a love-hate relationship with, with burpees, but burpees is a very good exercise. Now, to let you guys know what kind of effort it is, let's say you're taking a slice of pizza, okay, almost 300 calories. What does this mean? It means 30 minutes of burpees. Okay, so when you're next time you're taking any of the food like this, like any of this, take note, what does it give you? All right, think about what the kind of food that it gives you, right? And you have to do a burpee, right? Generally burns about 10 to 15 calories per minute. Okay, so let's say you have a McDonald's French fries. How much is that? 380. Huh? We belum super size yet. 380 calories already. That means what? 38 minutes of burpees. So you want to do until you die, so you cannot burn off the one French fries. Okay, so be mindful when you're eating all these things. Okay, so you make sure that if I want to eat the kind of chocolate chip cookie, 89 calories only, but that means it's 9 minutes of burpee. Can you do or not? 9 minutes of burpee? You tell me, right? For those doing VTC, you know your 2 minutes burpee, you already want a half day already, all right? You just talk about 9 minutes of burpee, you sure cannot? Okay, so be mindful when you're eating, when you're ordering, right? 1 cup of Coke, 1 can of Coke, 14 minutes, 20 seconds of burpee. Give it exactly. So I hope this is helpful for you guys, so that when you gauge the time, you know what you're getting, right? And in terms of burpee, you say, okay, then I'll better stay on to the path and rather not put it into my mouth and then think I can burn it off later. No such thing, right? It will be tough, very, very tough, unless you're very, very determined and you pick up and like, every time go, right? But in most cases, you will not burn that much, right? So take note of that. Right? Of course, your diet is the most important thing. 80% of your health and your weight loss or your weight gain is about diet. So take care of the diet is 80% of the effort already. So 20% is only the workout. Okay, so this is something. That's one more thing, which is my Achilles heel, vanilla ice cream. Ice cream is my favorite. Okay, 230 calories, means 23 minutes of burpees. Imagine lah, 1 cup. I say, but sometimes okay lah, you can indulge yourself, okay, but don't be a prude lah. Don't need to be antisocial. Also, when people offer you, okay lah, all right. But every time let's say a durian harvest, you know what, durian, how many burpees you're gonna make? You know, you're gonna do, okay. So take note of that, right? And always have your shake, your aloe, your tea, stuff like that to help you to burn off, help you to kickstart the metabolism. The metabolism is the main thing, not just exercise. It's the main thing that help you to lose weight. All right. Okay, so I am just on time. So the only thing I want to show you here now is that when next time you order a meal, right? Please think first. What are you ordering? What are you putting in your mouth? What kind of nutritional value that it give you and your family and the people you care about? Because if it affects you, it will affect the people around you. So you know ahead what you're gonna eat already, ma. So don't plan. I mean, don't think too much, but plan ahead a little bit. Then you know. All right. You still have to eat anyway. You still have to eat anyway. Why not eat healthier? All right. So go, guys. Okay. We should take a group photo first before we ask any question. Can we turn off your camera so that you can take photo? Irene, please help us take photo. Okay. Lynn, Colette, yes.
And I'm going to stop your sharing, Eugene,
yes,
so that I can take everyone's photo, yeah?
Yeah.
Thanks. Great. Give me your best smile, switch on your camera. I have still a few of you. Come on. Okay. All right. Okay, give me your best smile. Just hold on there. Great, thank you, everyone.
All right, cool. Let's before we go, can we have any questions? If you guys have any questions, please ask in the chat group, in the chat here. After learning the one to go out already, yes. Don't be antisocial lah. No, I still have to go out. Okay, sometimes you have to go out. Sometimes you tap out lor. All right. Sometimes you have to go for lunch, your office or your appointments. All right. Just pick the places you think probably that you will at least be a little bit healthier. Okay. Okay. Now, any questions, guys? Any question at all? What about the setting? Indian restaurants, Korean restaurants, you want to ask anything, please ask, right? We have like 2 minutes to do this. Okay, just maybe 1 or 2 questions. Any questions? How about Korean restaurant? What about Thai restaurants? How about your mama store? Can eat or not? All right, not cannot. It's not no. Actually can, but you must know what you're ordering. Okay, there are certain things in the mama store actually you can still eat. You know, you can actually still eat, but it's not what I call recommended you go for the roti canai or those are. But there's still things that you can eat. Okay, how? We hong asking Okay, all right. Okay, for mama store all right. Normally, what I do if I forced to go to mama store, what would I do? Okay, but first thing first. Okay, there's something called tandoori chicken, right? The tandoori chicken that is not fried, not whatever. It's actually put into a, you know, those oven, right? Like that one is the Chen En oven, right? So it's actually quite okay as long as they don't prepare it too salty. It's okay, minus the sauce. Okay, that's okay. Then you can actually a lot of Indian restaurant you have vegetables also. So it's just that the way they cook is sometimes a bit oily, right? And take those vegetables. So you have your vegetables and your protein, right? Worst case if you really have to take something rather than go for a roti canai, go for your naan and share the naan, right? The naan sometimes are very big. Share maybe 1/4. You take 1/4 and the rest you share with your friends. Okay, it's a bit of carbs. Okay, not a problem. Okay. What else? Any other questions? Wait, I turn on the chat again. Okay, all right, durian, durian habis lah. Durian, I cannot help you there. Durian sure habis one. Okay, now durian actually is not bad in terms of the sugar level. The GI actually for glycemicindex.com. Remember this website, glycemicindex.com, right? You can check the GI level of each thing that you're eating, especially fruits, right? And anything that's below 54 is actually low GI. But does it mean you're going to wet durian? No, right? What does it mean? Because durian has a very high glycemic load, GL, right? It's packed. It's not high in sugar, but packed, right? So you when you take that one, the sugar will still surge. Okay, yes, with anything that you take with sugar, it will surge. Okay, all right. Recommend please. Recommended already, Okay. Barbecue or steamboat? What about it, Joey? What about barbecue and steamboat? Yes, barbecue and steamboat. Say what barbecue? Korean barbecue. Let's say Korean barbecue. When you take Korean barbecue, what you're taking? Pork lah, beef lah. All right. So in that setting, you have no choice, right? So for me, I'll go for the more closer to white lah. I'll go for pork lah, and less fatty one. Less fatty, lean as possible. Okay, unless they have chicken, but chicken in Korean barbecue doesn't taste good, right? So generally, I go for pork rather than to bulk. Then I go for beef, but I go for the what I call the top less fat one. If I need to eat beef, all right, tenderloin or sirloin, this, right? Because it's not totally bad, but at the same time, you must know the fat level and it's harder for your digestion. That's all. Okay, so need to be practical and hack. And order, if not worst case, order or whatever. If worst case, really no vegetable, then go home, take your apple fiber after that. Okay. All right. Eat fried breadfruit. Fried breadfruit. How many burpees? I don't know lah. Just a lot lah. All right. How about creamy soup or santan based soup? Okay. Santan based soup is about is the coconut santan is actually very high in calories. Okay. So especially I'm not sure about Indian food in Malaysia because of wide variety. They use a lot of things like ghee, things like what I call yogurt, right? Which theoretically should be good, right? But not all yogurts are right? You cannot deliver too much of it. It becomes like very rich. Your tongue, after your 10 days or 20 days, your tongue will tell you, you know, it's too salty, too sugary, too oily, because your palate will change. Then when you take this things like you say, immediately too salty, too fatty, too sugary. You already can, after you develop 10, 20 days. So you trust your coach for 10, 20 days, right? Especially 20 days, I would say minimum 20 days. Then you notice your palate will change. Okay, so from there you will see the soup. If it's creamy soup, what is inside? You can ask the waiter, hey, what is you put in there? A lot of MSG, a lot of salt, a lot of sugar, a lot of oil, a lot of cream. These are the things that make it. Especially when you're hungry, you just wet. How? Sure calories law and do more burpees law. All right. Okay. Bacon. Wow. Toasty. Toasty generally. Thing. Toasty roti canai is actually the sauce. Okay, the fish sauce, the curry, the you know, dal, all these things is the one that's slippery, that comes into very easily quick carbs. And then especially you eat at night, then habis you go to sleep, habis, right? Those are things that doesn't burn one. Okay, chicken rice. What about chicken rice? How many times do you eat chicken rice? Think or not? Okay, nasi lemak. Sorry, let's go for chicken rice first. When you go for chicken rice, right, normally what I will do, I take plain rice, right? Because rice itself, in chicken rice, the most of the calories is in the rice, because they have to make it from the chicken oil. Okay, then only is fragrant. Okay, so cut off the chicken rice with the normal rice. Okay, half rice. Take the chicken. Chicken is okay. You can eat without the skin. It's fine. What do you do, right? So in this kind of environment, right, in the chicken rice shop, normally they have tauge order tauge lah, right? Problem solved. Okay. And what about nasi lemak? Okay, nasi lemak not recommended. Okay, one small nasi lemak bungkus already 500 calories. Okay, not to mention those, so you add the chicken, add the whatever, sambal, all those things. Wow, your harvest, you shoot off through the charts. Okay, but however, from time to time, have without the sauce, without too much sauce and everything, right? Take not the fried chicken, take more the, you know, sometimes the curry chicken is still okay, you know, as long as the curry is not made with a lot of what I call sodium or salt. Okay, take away the skin, take away the sauce, everything, still boleh lah, you know, in a way, right? And for example, if you want to put in a lot of sambal, don't do that. Okay, and especially like the you know, the thing that I always, my Achilles heel is the ikan bilis and kacang. That thing, fried one, and it's so nice, yummy. Half this. What of that? Okay, 100 rupees have to do. Okay, so take note when you order nasi lemak. Not a good idea. Okay, especially those what village Ali Akau Mutu one, habis one of it is at least 800 to 1,000 calories. Habis your whole day's calories all gone already. After that, I have to only have to eat shake. Okay, guys. Yeah, Sangeeta, for tuning in. All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in. If you have any other questions, and I hope you guys find this session useful and informative for you. All right. Please tell your friends about our awareness. All right, our online personal development, our online health talks like this. Right. This is like probably the 10th one I've done already. So I thank you a lot. Thanks for tuning in. Thank you everyone. Have a great Sunday. Okay, right. So, thank you. Please share with your friends. Yeah, please share with your other people in your fit club, other fit clubs. Okay, cool. Cheers. Bye. Thank you.